This was our fourth edition of our annual business breakfast, where we come together as the business fraternity of Swakopmund. And our central message this year was looking beyond Swakopmund, a broader outlook onto the Irongo region. And the idea was so that we are able to sensitize our potential investors that there are opportunities for investment beyond Swakopmund only, because helping foster investment across the region helps us also fight urban encroachment. Because lack of development in the rest of the region causes people to encroach into Swakopmund through urban migration. And the only way we can counter that is to have development across the entire region. So we were trying to expand the boundaries and the thinking of our investors and have a regional view of our region and not only center them around Swakopmund and the coast.
You also spoke about Swakopmund becoming a hub for economic development and innovation. What are some of the key strategies in place to achieve this?
Yeah, look, Swakopmund has established itself as the go-to place in terms of tourism. It's now a preferred holiday destination. So I think we have done well in terms of tourism development. Not that we are not developing the tourism sector anymore, but we are now looking at diversifying that economy, and we are opening ourselves up now to manufacturing, education, and so there are so many other sectors in which we are now ready to receive investment into our town. So we were trying to sensitize our people not only to think about tourism when it comes to Swakopmund. Yes, hospitality and tourism is doing well, and we encourage continuous investment along those lines. But then we are opening ourselves up by making provision land, for instance, for manufacturing purposes, for education, early childhood development, and the likes.
In practical terms, how is the town supporting entrepreneurs and local businesses to thrive in this vision of economic growth?
Well, what we are trying to do is incentivize. And also through our structure plan, we are trying to identify and plan all portions of our land to make it easier for people to access land and to build and develop whatever they want to do. And if they develop within a certain period of time, then we are trying to incentivize that, because that helps us to create jobs and so on.
Mm. Let's talk about infrastructure. What developments are currently underway or planned to support business expansion and attract investment?
Well, at the moment, we are putting a lot of emphasis on land and to make land available to investors so that they can continue to develop. So in terms of infrastructure development, we are looking at finalizing our bulk infrastructure master plan, our road master plan. So in terms of planning, we are trying to get those behind our backs. Also, we are now at the verge of getting planning authority status. The moment we get that planning authority status, it means all our statutory processes will now be done in Swakopmund. That will shorten the time it takes to approve certain things and have all the statutory transactions taking place in Swakopmund. That will be a plus for our investors, because decision-making time will now be shortened.
Mm. Now, innovation was a strong theme at the breakfast meeting. Can you share any examples of how Swakopmund is embracing new technologies or approaches to city management and service delivery?
Well, we are an aspiring smart and sustainable city.
Mm.
That means we are looking at ways to introduce technology into urban management processes. So as a result of that, we have now even approved the economic barometer specifically for Swakopmund, so that we are able to collect our Swakopmund related data and then take data decisions based on our own data and not on the national data, but on Swakopmund specific data. That's one. Also, we are more open and receptive now to innovative new ideas. So we are opening ourselves to technology. If you have ideas of how we can use the likes of AI, for instance, to
Mm.
improve the experience of our visitors and residents in Swakopmund. So we welcome these ideas. And that's why we are putting emphasis on innovation. Then what we do with this, we have an incubation center also. So when there are those entrepreneurs out there with the ideas of what can possibly work for Swakopmund, I think this council has never been as open and receptive to innovation as the current one.
Now, we know Swakopmund has a large youth population. How is the town investing in skills development and creating opportunities for young people within this broader economic vision?
Well, what we have done from council side is we have a youth officer on our payroll in the municipality, and that is just to show that we are serious when we talk about youth empowerment. So we have a dedicated youth desk in the structures of the municipality. That's one. Then we are looking. We have policies that are helping our youth also to get access to the procurement and the likes of Swakopmund municipality. So youth-led businesses are sort of getting preferences when we consider these things. Again, and also on the side note now, just last week, Friday, we have launched a program that is financially supported by Langer Heinrich Uranium, in which we are now from the office of the mayor going to support small hustles. That is also to circulate a little bit of money among the youth, just so that they are able to help themselves. So this is our commitment towards youth development in Swakopmund.
Now, what kind of collaboration are you seeing between the council, the municipality, the private sector, and national government to drive this economic transformation?
Well, the main collaboration that we see and that makes so much sense for us and is so important is job creation. The private sector is the biggest employer around Swakopmund through hospitality, through tourism, through mining, etc. So the biggest contribution from private sector is job creation, and which we so much need in our town. From the national government side, it's more the policy formulation and how the government tweaks and turns the policies around that will create a conducive environment for investors to come to our town. So we are seeing a lot of cruise ships, for instance, coming to Walvis, and then now the new visa requirements. We are yet to see how that plays out, because some people are coming to Walvis and then this visa on arrival kind of thing. That's now how government comes at play, and those are the interactions and the cohesion between local authority, national government, as well as the private sector. So there is cohesion, and we are trying to create these kind of platforms like the breakfast to bring those players together, so we can see how we can improve the lives of our people in Swakopmund.
Now, Mr. Mayor, every growth comes with its own challenges. What are some of the main obstacles Swakopmund is currently facing in this economic push, and how is the town addressing them?
Well, single-handedly, I can tell you that our biggest challenge at this point are shack fires. And that's why we are trying to accelerate land delivery and also development in land, so that we can get our people out of the shacks into dignified homes. So our single biggest challenge are shack fires, because people are losing their livelihoods, they are losing their important documentation, they are losing everything that they have so hard worked for. So we are placing special emphasis on land and housing delivery, so that we can expedite the process of getting our people out of the shacks. That's one. Then unemployment among the youth is a serious matter. That's why we are putting money where our mouths are. We are coordinating among the stakeholders to ensure that the youth also gets their stake in terms of economic involvement. So that's one. So we are trying to amend our policies, and also not only policies, but really trying to coordinate between local government, central government, and the private sector, so that we can see how we can best help our people. But then also in terms of tourism, we are rolling out surveillance cameras to ensure safety for our visitors and our residents, because tourists, when they come, they want good infrastructure. Roads must be roads must be there. There must be reliable water and electricity. They must feel safe, so that they can come and enjoy longer stays in Swakopmund. So those are the things that we are trying to put in place to ensure that we create a good experience for anybody that is visiting Swakopmund.
Now, you've mentioned a bit of AI, artificial intelligence. Is there a vision for making Swakopmund a smart city through digital infrastructure?
Of course. When we consider our vision now, our vision is to become the leading smart and sustainable city in the country. Smart city perhaps means how we introduce technology into urban management processes. How do we do services in a smarter way? How do we do more with less? By implementing technology, so it creates now an open avenues and more opportunities for entrepreneurs that are in the tech space. So that's why we are open and receptive to those ideas, because we are aspiring to be the smart city, but we don't have all the answers to all the questions. It's the private sector that now needs to take the lead and say, hey, there's this and this that can work in Swakopmund. Can we pilot this? And we are fairly open to such ideas. And this is why we are saying, yes, we are aspiring. Let's build this smart city together. It's not only for the Swakopmund municipality. It's now for the private sector. It's now for the entrepreneurs entrepreneurs out there to come up with the ideas, and council will support, because we want to see the first ever smart city being created in Namibia.
And just finally, what is your message to investors, residents, and the broader Namibian public about the future of Swakopmund?
Well, Swakopmund is the preferred destination when it comes to tourism. But then post-COVID, we've been opening up our economy. So no longer must one look at Swakopmund only as a place for tourism. When you want to invest, we want to now create a conducive environment from council side where investors can feel that their money can grow. So that's why for the past 5 years, we have maintained good and strong political relationships in council. You've never seen infights, because any investor wants to see political stability where they put their money, and that, I think, is one of the areas where we've been striving as Swakopmund municipality, because we've got many people are coming and asking us, how do you do it? So we are serious when we want to create an environment in which we can see real development happening and real investment. Also, what we are noticing nowadays is that there are high net worth individuals from different international countries that are frequently visiting Swakopmund. So people are really looking to Swakopmund to put their money there. So, but what we are appealing to the central government now is to give us a town boundary extension, because we are running out of space, especially beachfront properties. We are running out of beachfront properties. So we are looking now to central government to give us town boundary extension so that we are able to develop towards the northern side of Swakopmund. So there are tremendous opportunities in education. We are now having universities that are coming there, breaking ground. They are putting up universities there. So student accommodation is another one that is possibly a hot potato at this moment. With student accommodation, there's going to now be improved traffic in town. So we are looking at how we can expand into a whole road network so that we can have a continuous flow and mobility within our city. So in terms of planning, we are doing a lot of work and research and so on. So we will now have our own economic barometer to measure exactly what is coming in and what is going out of the Swakopmund, so that we are able to take decisions that are based on our own Swakopmund collected data. So we really want to encourage investors to look to Swakopmund, and also the working class. We want to make land available so that the working class can really buy their holiday apartments, homes, also in Swakopmund, so that they have a breakaway place to come. So there are lots and lots of opportunities when it comes to investment in Swakopmund, and we are ready from council side to accommodate the entrepreneurs and the investors.